So today is the week 27. Very quick, huh? Week 27. So let me share my screen first. Where's my screen? Can you guys see my screen? Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So today is April 12th. I know your parents. Some of you guys' parents asking what day is today.
Today's Easter.
Yeah, today is Friday is Easter, right? Friday is Easter. So we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including this week is 6 week. So this week we will possibly have the final exam in May 10th, and May 3rd we will have a review class. All right. So we have 3 classes, 2 teaching classes. And last week, I possibly have some additional kinds of class, additional kinds of topic about what the near future possibly have, what they possibly have in near future. All right. So let's all make sure we have no, except some announcement from the principal or from the OCCS school, and all the classes will be normal until May 17. Right. So let's go to the first thing first.
And first, the anniversary of the release of Minecraft.
All right. Yep. So we just go through the homework part first. Okay. See the homework part. Homework part, a lot of people do super excellent job. I think a lot of people maybe already learned this at school. Did you guys learn these kinds of complete square of quadratic formula at school?
No. I learned a little.
No.
Who did learn it? Someone who learned it. You can write something. Who learned it? Who learned it before?
What's happening to the screen?
Okay, so nobody learned learn this one at the school. Okay, so it's most of you guys learn from our class. That's great. So I'm very proud of you guys. Do so good job, especially Aiden. Yeah, Grace here. Kongwei, Ben finally finished quickly, huh? In the last minutes. And Brandon, Brad, Angela, and Elena, Mason. Yeah, Ian. Everyone do excellent job here. Very nice, very nice. Austin and Gabby, Lila, Tony, Urges, Cindy, yep, Grace, yeah, Grace do twice. All right, looks like Grace do duplicate. Allison, Abby, and Ryan, June, Enoch, Crystal. But I didn't see so other people. I didn't see Roger. Roger, did you finish your homework? Roger, no, Roger is not here now. What about Gabby? Gabby, you didn't finish your homework. I have recorded here when you didn't do homework, and I didn't put my last week homework record here. So this week, Gabby, Roger, and Michelle, and
I did my homework.
You do?
Yeah.
Let me double check. I'm sorry. Gabby, which one is you? Let me see. Oh, Gabby is right here, right? I got it. Thank you. I think I missed another one. Let me change here. Let me change a little bit later. Yes. Okay. If someone who didn't do homework, please put your name here. I don't know what this one. Tony do the homework here, but this loser, I think his name is Tony or not. His another name, American name. I don't know. I didn't write. That's why I put a name here. I don't know who is Daniel, who is Tony, which one can match up. All right. So homework part, please. If you didn't do it, just read. Please do it. All right. All right. Let's go back to the homework review here to see what's the wrong one. Okay. So let me base on the accuracy here. Oh, someone joined in a little bit later. Jessica. Yes, Jessica, a little bit later is fine. All right, good. Let's move on. So, okay. So let me go to the most wrong one from the bottom, from beginning from the bottom. Actually, Liz said a little bit wrong here, all right? Liz said a little bit, okay. So see this one first. 75, see 75 first. And let me put a little bit bigger one. Maybe you guys can see. 75, about 36 people do wrong. Oh, Adam, here, just the maximum wrong, huh? Some people do so many people wrong here. So last week, we talked about get the solution by complete the square, right? Okay, so see this one. Why so many people do wrong, huh? Why so many, like especially this group, a lot of people. What's the difference A and B here? You can see here is positive, here is negative, right? -1, +1. All right, let's see how good. Let's see how we figure out this out. So first we see this cancel expression, right? We firstly try to find out how to make it complete square. Firstly, we move this non-x part on the right and these two terms on the left, right? So set up this one. So what number we need to fill here? What number we need to fill here? Can make this part become x, became a square.
1.
Yeah,
1.
beginning something a little bit more first. Something x plus 1. This one can be equals to 2x plus 1, right? And if there's 2, this became x squared plus 4x plus 4, right? Is x plus 3 squared. We just see some basic things first here. Plus 9, right? So if the x plus 4, and you can see this one became x squared plus ax plus 16. 16, right? So you can see what this number in relationship here. Here is 2 and 1. This 4 is 2 square, right? This 4 is 2 times 2. And this 9 is come 3 square, and this 6 is come from 2 times 6, right? And this is 8 is come 2 times 4, right? 16 is come 4 square. So what's the relationship 2 and 1? So we often consider how to make the complete square. We find if we only told these two terms, how we find the least number? How we find this number? We need to, firstly, we need to make sure the coefficient here is 1, right? And second, put this coefficient, the coefficient, half of this one, and then square it. Half of this one, square it. Half of the 4 and square it, became 4, right? Half of the 6 and square would have become 9. Elena, oh yeah. Elena joined in now. All right, so half of the 8, you got 16, right? Half of the 6, you got a 9. Half of the 4 square, you got a 4. Half 2, you got a 1, right? So it means we need half. So firstly, this coefficient is 1. Is 1. And so what we need to do, just half of these 2 and square it. So 2, half of that one is divided 2, right? And then square it, right? So since left plus this number, and right part do exactly the same, plus the same thing, right? So you can got here, let me rewrite it here, a little bit complex, busy in the screen, huh? So you can rewrite everything here. So here became the 1, right? So here became the 1. So the right part, 10 plus 1. So left part, just like how we completed this square. So everyone should be familiar here. So that's just like this one. What are we doing here? So right. So go backward in this part. And you got 11. So x plus 1. both sides square root, both sides square root, right? Square root. So positive, negative, positive, negative. So equal what? Plus negative. All right, so after this step, I think a lot of people wrong is move the negative one to the right, it became negative one, right? Right? So the answer is B. B. A lot of people do wrong, huh? Here is choose the A. A is the wrong one. If the people do this one, obviously you didn't do understanding this progress yet. Only 2 people, one do here, one do here. And 6 unattempted. I think someone just try multi times. I didn't consider this part. That's 1 people, 2 people, about 2 people didn't do this part very well. Never understand. I didn't well understanding this progress. Actually,
wait, in your answer you said x is equal to -1 plus or minus radical 11.
Yeah, -1 plus minus square root of 11.
So that answer is A.
Oh, sorry. A answer is you correct. Same easy. You correct. Yeah, this one is A. I think I said the wrong one, but that's one. I said the wrong answers. This one is wrong. Said the wrong answers. You are very correct.
That's exactly
No
why I
one.
did it.
Very embarrassing, huh? That this one I didn't. I said the wrong one.
100% why I exactly got it wrong.
All right. Sorry for this one. I didn't check very carefully. So actually, the correct answer, yes, is right here. Match up A. Thank you for pointing this out, Just. So everyone clear now? All right, let's move next one. Okay, so next, this one actually I didn't teach much. I didn't talk too much because they related to imagination number I here. But we can still use the same progress as what we do. The most point I need to point out here is this one. Right now, 9, the coefficient of this second term is not 1. So the first step we needed to is make sure the coefficient of this is became 1 before we to do the further analysis, further step. All right. So we take 9 out, or we can say both sides divide 9. All right, or take 9 out, or both sides divide 9. So what do you got? So you got here, and this is 11 over 9u, right? So we can move the 7 to the right first. 7 move the right became -7, right? And also over 9, right? I'm sorry, 9 is divide 9 here. So divide 9, both sides divide 9. So we'll be got this one. So here is 1, and this part moved to the right. Actually, I do the 2-step here already. All right. So what's next? Next is this coefficient is 1. Next is the coefficient of the second term. I mean, degree of one term is the -11 over 9. We half of this one and square it, right? Half of this one. So 11, half of it is just divided 2 here again, and then square it, right? Right. So we do the same here. Here is half of that one and square it. So left part will be changed into u minus 11 over This is 18, right? What about right part? So right part here is 18 squared, right? So we find the common denominator. So here means need times 4, right? Times 4, right? So it means 121 minus 28. Got it? So next step. So here we just do a little bit further. So 18 squared. What about the top part? What's about top part? Top part became what? We don't know. I'm sorry. Here actually is, I do a little bit wrong here. Here is 9, and here needed time 9 as well. Needed here is initially is 9. We needed time 4 and time 9. So actually time pretty big number here. So here pretty big number is not 121. I'm sorry. Here 121 minus is not 28. Is 36 times 7 is about 6 times 7, 42. Here 3 times 21 and 252, right? 252. So here got negative 131. Negative. So it's negative number. So you got here both sides square root. Both sides square root. So here is negative number. I didn't talk about it earlier. I talked a little bit. So square root and positive and negative, right? So here got a positive, negative, square root negative 1. We became the imagination number I, right? And 18 square root 131. So I will talk a little bit more about this part, all right, later. I put a list homework. I just try to imagine, try to see if you guys can do the exactly same process as well. Yes, someone will mention here already. Very good. Very good. Very good. So, okay. Did I do what somewhere do wrong? Did you guys find out somewhere I'm do wrong? My calculation is
Your answer is the imaginary radical 131 over 18, right?
let me see. Yes.
So I don't see that.
Sorry. Oh, yes, you are right. Here is negative 7. Here is minus. Here is positive. Did I do somewhere wrong? You didn't see any somewhere do wrong? No. Please check this
Maybe your answer choices are wrong, I think.
one. Yep, maybe possibly. Yeah, very possibly. Here, because I didn't calculation very well about this part. Here is you do both sides. Actually, both sides one square here. You need both make this part correct. Let me put this one down a little bit. I think I do somewhere wrong as well. If I didn't do correctly, I definitely do somewhere wrong. I didn't. Oh, sorry. So let me see which part I do wrong. Can you guys correct me? Yes, I'm not so sure which one I part do wrong. This number pretty big and pretty complex. We will introducing these general methods. Let me here come back to do this one. Use today's methods. We call quadratic formula methods.
I don't think you did it wrong. Because I got the same answer as you.
Let's know. Yeah.
And it's not in the answer choices.
That's right. This one let's set the wrong, not proper answer here. So let's set it here, and we come back to today's topic next class. Just like at the beginning 240, we talk about use these methods. Use A, B, C general methods would be a relative easy. Okay. All right, so let's move next one. Just remember this one. We come back to do it a little bit later. All right, let's go next one. So this one, if someone do wrong, I will take your credit out. I will consider credit still yours. All right, so see this one. So you can see our homework is exactly try to let you guys try to complete the square to practice these kinds of skill. All right. So let's be one more time here, right? So firstly, we get these two terms and move the third term. This is the constant one to the right. It's negative 43, right? How to make it a complete square, just like we always say. So first, we check the coefficient of this one is 1. And after that, then check this B. This is the B, right? And half of this B, and let's square it. Half of this B and square it. So left and right of this equation add the same number. I didn't change the equation, right? We just do some proper transformation. So after that, this part can be rewrite into this, right? And right part, here is 36, right? 36 minus 47 is minus 7. So still is negative number. Negative 7 square root. This one equal to I square root 7, right? Right. So, okay, so this part, both sides square root, here it became positive negative I square root 7. So x equal what? Okay, so here we didn't provide actually answers here because it's negative 7. We say no solutions. Yeah, a lot of people choose here. That's right. Yeah, but if you can still move on, the result is this one. Yeah, you can consider no solutions for current steps. That's correct. If you do the square root of negative 1 equal I, you can get this answer as well. So still consider the correct answer if they provide these results. All right. So the rest, like this one is wrong, only this one is correct. Okay, anyone understanding what I'm talking now?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
If you have questions, please bring it up now because we can want to solve solutions. Homework part is the best time to clear you guys' understanding or not. All right, let's move next one. All right, so this one is pretty close to this one, right? Very close. Very close here. So all the same. So we can quickly write it out, right? Half of the 12. So half of the, why we half this 12? I'm sorry, here is negative here. Half of the 12. Half of the 12 will be, write this out, right? So do the same. So here we can just directly write answer 36 first. All right. So you got x minus, actually here I need to put negative here. So negative here, but it didn't change the result, right? Okay, so what's the next? Right? And here I got a 5, right? So both sides square root, positive, negative square root 5. So x equal 6, right? You guys got right answers? Number B, right? B here, B here. Okay, so it's making it relatively easy, right? If you use the rules. Okay, let's see next one. Next one, solve by factoring. Factoring. Actually, I don't think it's needed factoring to get the solutions. You can use our square root methods. Right? Okay. See number 71 here. So actually, we don't need to by factoring. It doesn't matter what the request. Actually, objective here is try to get solutions. Solutions, right? So x minus 2 equals square positive or negative 7. Anyone can get this step, right? Crystal there? Crystal, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. Let me see who do something wrong here. I can quickly check it out. Crystal, you do this wrong. I know, yeah, some can see here. Mason, you do wrong. That's not right, right? And Ryan, I can see who do wrong here. Okay. Okay, sometimes too quick. Someone take a longer time to correct, but someone do too quick. Didn't actually use a draft paper to finish them. That's not good. All right, hey, you guys cannot do so many things online. Let me disable. Okay, you guys cannot join now. All right, that's good. Let's go to option to select this one. All right, so what do we got? So what do we got? X minus 2, I'm sorry. So X equal 2 plus minus 7. So it's 9 or negative 5. Oh, I'm sorry. This one they said wrong answers. 9 negative 5. So this is also correct. This is also correct. I'm sorry. This one should be correct. This is correct. They said the wrong number. So both this group of people actually is correct. Right? All right, I'm sorry. Someone do correct. I'm my bad to say you guys wrong. I think definitely this is my mistake. Suddenly, I pick this wrong. Actually, this say negative 9, 5. They put the wrong one, but I consider you guys correct. Thank you. All right, let's move on next one. 71, 70 here. 70 here, actually, we are a little bit over, put an extra kinds of extend knowledge here. We talked about, we didn't talk this all the time, but you guys, most of you guys understanding, this is called function, right? And description. And the week after next week, we will talk about this on how to graph this quadratic formula. Just quadratic list, graphing this kind of quadratic equations, have these kinds of equation. Right now I say find the zero of this one. I think some of you guys maybe don't understanding this one, but it's, hopefully at least expression is good. Zero of this one means fx became 0. So actually means this part became 0. Actually, this part became 0. So objective is find the solution of this one. So objective actually the same, they just use a different description here, right? So so the same thing, we can use the methods to complete this square. So the same thing, half of them, firstly we need to check the coefficient here is 1 and b is 7. And 7, half of it is 3.5, right? And square it. So you can get it. You got the left part here, and right part is 49, right? Here is 49, 49, minus 36, right? So you got 13 over 4. So both sides, square root, you got a square. All right, so x got -7 plus minus 13 over 2, right? So correct answer is B here, right? So I think some people do wrong, maybe didn't well understanding this one. I should give you kinds of better explanation about this one before I give this kinds of homework to you. But from now on, we just means we teach this part, all right? All right, let's move next one. This one is relatively easy, right? Since we do it, but we can still, actually we still can use complete square to get the solutions. But actually they provide the complete square here already. They have the second term, the b is 0. Actually b is 0, right? So firstly, let me rewrite this one more time here. So here, actually they plus something x actually is 0x, right? Equal -639. And both, so here is 0. So firstly, we both make this one became 1. So actually here nothing, right? We can say there's 0, nothing. -169 over 36 became what? -36, right? Okay. All right. So here is nothing. Do we still need this one? This one means 0 over 2 squared, still 0, right? Actually, just like we don't necessarily do this step. So actually just means x squared equal -169 over 36. Both sides square root here. So you can say no answer because of this one is less than or equal 0, right? But if you say square root -1 equal I, you can still got here. 169 is 13 square, right? I and positive and negative I, right? So you can get the answer C. I know I didn't teach you the negative square root, this one. Most of the time I mention you don't need to know, but I still put my some homework here. This makes sense, make you guys really need to do this homework. Sorry for this one. So just this is called I call imagination number, all right? Imagination number, imagine number. This not actually exist number. It's not, we earlier talked about rational number, irrational number, like square root 2 is called irrational number, rational number, irrational number. Right now we add additional called imaginary number. This number is not in this group, in these two group, irrational number. Like E, like pi, right now we're talking about square root, a lot of square root can belongs to this area. Rational, a lot of fraction, natural number, decimals, and I mean, the decimal we call fraction numbers in this rational number area. And right now we have an imaginary number group add in just I. Only I up to now is the imaginary number, right? So I have the kinds of character is when each square became -1. And negative I, each square also be equal -1, right? So that's why we say square root 1, we have two numbers, two answers, positive and negative I here, all right? Okay, I'm sorry, I let you guys should watch this a little bit more. Let's move on 68. So 68 is exactly just like we can continuously repeat the same thing all the time here. We just take two more, talk two more of this homework because of this, this is 55% correct. Like this one have 58 got it correct. Make sure I try to explain most of the wrong one as small as possible before we time break. All right, see here, this one. All right, so first thing like this one, we need to change, make sure the like term to be combined first, right? So rewrite here. Is negative 40, all right? Both sides divide 2. Both sides divide 2. I'm sorry, here is 30, negative 30. Yeah, if not carefully, most of the time we'll be making mistakes. So both sides divide 2, yes, negative 15, right? All right, so the project here is means that coefficient of this degree of 2x squared, the coefficient of x squared is 1. So right now we do the complete square. Complete square still do the same. Negative 10, half of that one, and make it square. Right, it's 25 actually, we just write here. Here is 25, and here is 25. Right, so minus 5 square. We got 10, right? So we could got x is 5 plus minus, hey, what's going on here? Oh, negative 30 became negative 25, negative 10. Is 10 is the correct answer? It's not a correct answer, right? Plus, minus 10. I'm somewhere said wrong again.
Isn't it break time?
Oh, sorry for that one. So the question here, yes, we'll break time. The question here is,
So I was just gonna ask.
answer is here. Actually, the question is, what's the value of Q? Q. So after complete square, what's the answer of Q? Q is this number, right? 10. So the answer is B, yes. Let's talk one more one before we take a break, all right? So the answer is this one. I try to look for, say, no answers, but actually not. I'm like, ask question is, what's the number value of Q? Q is here, match up 10. All right, let's talk one more, all right, before we take a break. All right, 67. I think we just completely just repeat the kinds of methods we do before. Okay, all right, so this one, we'll rewrite this one, all right, 4x, so equal negative 1 and positive 1 actually. So how to complete them? Half of this coefficient here is 1 and the b is negative 4, so we need to become negative 4, half of it, and square. The same thing, right? All right, so here can be changed into x minus 2 square, and here is 4, right? And is 5. So both sides square root, right? So x equal 2 plus minus, right? So the answer is C. Okay, just a little bit, just remind here, just we talked about this one a lot about, say, half of this one. Before half of this one, make sure coefficient of the least degree of 2 term, the coefficient is 1 first. If they are not 1, should be take this out. Just take this out, factor this out. All right, make this become 1 before do next step. All right, so homework part, we just review time to here. And single is, we still do the same thing. Something like this one, we do proper transform. Like 66, we need a proper transform first before we move to the complete square root, right? The same thing. So the principle, I mean the skill, the methods is always the same. Just needed to be a little bit careful. Sometimes I also make a mistake as well. So just each step, I like you guys need to write down this homework by drafting it and then do the right choice. Okay. All right. So take a 5 minutes break. Come back to 18. Come back to 18. So we continue to our second section. All right. Calculator.